Can you hear me?
Good, thanks. Can you hear me? Is everything good?
All good on my.
Okay, great. My apologies for being late.
Oh no, don't stress. Oh, don't stress.
I was busy mixing, so it took took longer.
Got stuck deep in it.
Yes. Um, but thank you so much for taking the time once again. I really, really appreciate it.
No, thanks
Um,
for having me.
Such a pleasure. You are really doing incredible things with your girlfriend with the type thing because I really love it. I would be honored to showcase any sound of mine if you guys are interested in that. I would.
No, we definitely would. Yeah, 100
I,
interested.
I literally love what you guys are doing because it's unique and special. I think people are underestimate how important community is, and you guys are doing exactly that in terms of helping people understand how important community is and so much more. If that
Yeah,
makes
the whole mission with Hype was just to give us brought a space for DJ to bring whatever they want to showcase. Also, it's just something like we haven't made a cent from it, but
Mhm.
we are just trying to add scene. We're not trying like it's yeah. We they export ourselves even when no one else is there, but that's
Yeah.
it. Just all about the scene.
Yes, because I think for me it's like I think it will make sense in the it will make financial sense eventually. Things take time.
Yeah, and honestly, it wasn't even about the finance. It isn't like we honestly, it's a passion. It's just a love for the scene as a whole. Like my girlfriend and I even ate the scene in like a crazy way. We became super healthy, and yeah, a big part of our journey is just love for the scene and what, yeah, how we believe it to be and what we can add to it in a positive way.
Hmm. Hmm. So, your name is interesting because your DJ name is very interesting because it's very wow. It's very creative in a way. How, what inspired that? Because it threw me for a loop.
Honestly, so I was actually first a drum and bass DJ, and I like my name Inhaler suited the whole genre and everything like
Yeah.
that. But now, with the whole the change and everything like that, I don't know. I wanted something that just basically like I was like a word that just sounds cool. I know I want two syllables in it, and yeah, while somehow we can to like just what looks nice and eventually a bit hollow.
Mhm.
Instagram allow me and my numbers in my name, so I just put that .er there. So it's not a unique to us, but yeah,
Yeah, 100%. My name. If you want to know what my name, why I chose my Lady Disco Machine, I will tell you. I've never told
yeah.
anyone. So exclusive. Exactly. Um, because you guys seem nice, and why not? So the reason why is that I decided because I play three different genres and three different flavors. So
Yeah,
I didn't want to say my actual name because I didn't want people to be like, oh, okay, she just plays this genre.
yeah, yeah,
I want Lady Disco Machine means for me. People may see it as house music. I do house music, yes. I love house music, but I also love the music that is brings people together, makes people laugh, and makes people be like, oh, this is something I've never heard before.
yeah,
Or this is something I'm like, oh, I need to book her more, or we need to, all that stuff.
yeah.
In terms of that, if that makes sense.
No, 100%.
My other question to you is, what color represents within the 6 years of Hollow, right?
Yeah,
Elevation of you, right?
yeah.
Um, what color represents these whole years of you growing and you elevating in your sound, in your personality, and everything else?
You're.
If that makes sense.
I think it's gonna have to be the color purple. Like purple is my favorite color regardless, but I don't know. I just feel like that carries a certain tone of seriousness, but not like like seriousness. I feel like it's that type of color.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. So it's a
100%.
lot of it's a color that can carry like I don't know. My favorite color throughout my life, but I feel like different shades have taken me
Mm-hmm.
at points in my life.
Mm-hmm. 100%. I think for me it's orange
Orange, really, that's a cool color though as well.
because it represents the 5 years of me, like this year's 5 years
Yeah.
of me being in the scene, which is diabolical. But anyway, um, for me, it represents the sounds of elevation and growth and just being me and just being the sounds that I represent home to me, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
My other question to you is, in your perspective, what is the misconception about being a DJ, and why do you think it's in high demand in 2026 and 2025? Because everyone wants to be a DJ.
Yo, I don't know. I think the misconception a lot of it comes from the times of being a DJ perspective of someone wants to be a DJ because it's comes with this level of status or something that's done mean like you feel
Yeah.
cool, you walk into a club, you know, just whatever.
Hmm.
The whole thing of DJing, I feel like to the core about that. Like that's what the people we've looked so far okay, my life have only been for the last 6 years about passion. Yeah, it's not. I don't understand the high demand for it. A lot of it, I feel like states are driven instead of being about and love.
Yeah. For me, I think the biggest thing is I think people want to be a DJ because they feel like, oh, status, yes, but also they feel like, oh, money.
Yeah, yeah. But the thing is, like, the money doesn't come in the beginning, and it takes long, and
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
always it's just probably harder than a job.
yes, 100%. So that's why I believe you have to have something that's going to be like not a back burner, but something that's gonna help you not financially, but make you bookable in a sense of, okay, you're friendly, you
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
all the stuff, right? um you have type, you and your girlfriend have type, right? And I have two events two companies I run.
yeah,
So I'm just saying people need to understand that, you know as much as I love DJing, as much as it's in my bones and everything, this music thing, the money doesn't just come overnight, and
yeah. No, not at all. It's
it takes finding, it takes just being humble and taking shitty gigs that you don't like.
literally it's putting in the work that you don't like. No one wants to put in, but that's what gets you somewhere eventually. Hours and hours,
Yes,
and
100%.
I think it's like 10,000 hours of skill, but I don't know once you've hit 10,000 hours of doing something that you're still gonna
Yes,
survive or stuff. But like, yeah, it's all worth it. I mean, if you love your love for music,
yes, 100%. Yes. For example, I took like 2 days straight of mixing. Like 2 days straight of mixing. So for me,
yes, sounds cool.
yeah, 100%. So I'm like, yo, so that is like the grind and hard work that goes into being an artist, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I get it.
you know,
Like
and
it is really time as well.
yeah, 100%, 100%. And you need to understand yourself. You can't just be like, I want to be a DJ.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it goes a lot deeper, especially if you enjoy what you make, what you're doing. I think it goes a lot deeper than just music. Well,
100%, 100%. What is the hardest thing you had to learn the hard way about yourself and the DJ industry?
honestly, I don't know what I know this and that. Like, s- still, at the end of the day, like I play. of crowds. I've played at some places. I've played at other. Played at places I want to play as well. But I think about that day is just it's accepting what you have, what you love, but being persistent. And I don't know. I feel like being humble is what actually is what's about. Just doing the hard work. No one is spending the time, the hours, supporting even when you are tired, putting in the hours.
Yeah.
You know, you're giving to that. You're trying to support, trying to help everyone else.
I think the hardest thing I had to learn the hard way is not everyone's going to support you. Like, not everyone is going to be like your biggest fan. Like, I had to learn that in the hardest way. Not in the scene, but in
Yeah. Life is
in
teacher.
yeah.
Life great.
Yes, 100%. So I'm like, and you have to have a thick skin.
Yeah.
Because it makes your life easy if you are humble, but also don't just take things because you're desperate.
Yeah. You gotta have like I don't know standards and decorum to carry yourself to others way, like what you take for yourself, but you also got to be putting in work and
Yeah, 100%. And I just feel like people don't understand how important how important is it to get inspiration from other people, but also get inspiration from other aspects and other places, so that you can be like,
I feel like anyone like knowledge has something to say is never going to give it out of a bad place and be criticism or be able to help the world. And I cool thing, and like that's why that thing comes in. But no one ever that is creative criticism is actually there to bring down. Something always you to help.
Yeah, and also before we move on to the next question is like, also I think you need to listen to your own mixes.
Yeah. Through and through from beginning to end. I don't know. Definitely something you have to do.
Yes, because I'm like, yo, you can't send it to the big artists, and then all of a sudden there's like, I'm not saying that it has to be 100% perfect, no, but there needs to be no extortion. There needs to be there needs to be the small things. Make sure there's no stopping in the middle of the set.
Yeah, even just to make sure that you're recorded correctly.
Yes, 100%. And if you want to make it before you send it to the big people, send it to your friend that actually what's it called, sees you and understands what you're trying to do, so that they can give you not criticism, but advice on how.
Yeah, 100%. Just tell you what you do get a fresh perspective.
Yes, 100%. So that because sometimes you can be like, it's perfect, no, and the next thing it's not.
Yeah. Someone else may not like it. They're like, okay, maybe I need to rethink my what. That's it.
Yes, 100%. What, like, over the years, what genre? You started with drum and bass, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
So I started with house music. So how did you transition from drum and bass to whatever you're doing now?
So honestly, when I first like my first actual gigs I was playing was house band, but I was mixing techno because I love techno stuff like that. Started to it was very shortly after I just like started learning that I just decided I'm going to do drum and bass because it's been my I've listened to bass before I started techno or house or anything like that. Well, not house I've listened to.
Yes.
And then I went down this whole route of it, and I was cool, and I was having fun and stuff. And then I just realized, I don't know. Once I found especially like going back and forth to my girlfriend, I don't know that I just saw why I'd been going there for so long already. Why like that. sounded
Mm-hmm.
cool, and then I read everything like that because my girlfriend thought it was a good idea, and like I told you, I might have good ideas, so I feel like when she has a good idea, I can take it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I ended up being really cool. I started doing something like events management.
Mm-hmm.
Now, yeah, just started also to collect platforms so that I can pay.
Mm-hmm. 100%. So like 100%. I think for me, it's like the reason I love house music, I love techno. For me, it's like for me, house music is my bread and butter and everything, right? It's like my roots. But techno, there's something about techno that makes me go like, what is happening? Because I feel like, techno for me, it represents a different side of me, and for you, I think,
Yeah,
different genres do that, right? For you, and I think
yeah,
whatever you've done, with the type thing and everything else, it's really beautiful. But also, I feel like for me, the techno side for me has really inspired me because I feel like techno, I feel like house music helped me get in the door in a way, and then
yeah.
and techno because I feel like no, I know everyone's doing techno, but I feel like it
I
it
think like there's a lot of people doing techno. And I feel like a lot of that's why house people type people started to go towards the house side because I feel like we need more exploratory space for house.
uh,
But with techno, I feel like there's still a lot of genuineness in it when you have the right and what they're doing. I don't know, like a lot of local, a lot of great local artists. I don't know,
yeah,
everyone goes crazy about international, but it was
100%.
not a local place that with that.
100%. And I just feel like, as I think as an artist, I think we've grown, and as a community, we've grown into understanding um, what we love and what we've understood of like the techno side and house side of music and everything else. If that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
And my other question to you is, in your perspective, what person would you like to do a back to back with, and why do you think back to backs are really important in 2026? Or what is important that people don't talk about that you think we need to talk about?
Um, so I enjoy a back to back when it is either I don't know. There's certain pairs that work very well together. See them in a match and stuff. And that's what I think about back to back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't per se go back to back like watching a back to back. I feel like a lot of people showcasing one artist and then full time slot is very cool. But I feel like if the time slot's long enough, choose two artists that really will go well together. 100% I like that. That's so cool because you get both types of energy on the dance floor and that's two sides of the coin as well.
Yeah.
And something I want to do a back to back with. Honestly, I'm just girlfriend, but we're gonna be back soon actually.
Yeah, I think you should. I think you can. You should because you.
Yeah. Well, actually, we helping with an event called It's a House, and my girlfriend and I do her debut um DJing. So
Oh, that's lovely. Good luck to her.
thanks.
Um, I really appreciate it. Thanks for sharing. I think for me, it's like back to back is really important. And I think, but you have to do it with the right person
Mm, yeah.
because I feel like as much as I like people, as much as I respect people, I feel like the only person I would do a back to back with is maybe you and Josh. Yes, maybe you and Trifecta.
Oh wait, yeah. Shout out.
Yes, because I think because I just feel like you have to be very intentional with these back-to-backs because you don't just do back-to-backs. You can't just prep for these back-to-backs.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know. You have to, like, right. You know, you just gotta vibe with someone. You know, you like, oh, you'll be able to play back. But you can feel the energy does can float well together. It's gonna be like a thing of like, oh, I don't know. Yeah, some people don't, some people do, and it's because everyone is wrong or something. Some people are different to others. Yeah, it's still so cool.
Yes, 100%.
Diversity is the start part.
And what is one topic that you think the scene doesn't talk about often that you think we should talk about?
Uh, uh, Probably just what doesn't get spoken about enough. Probably maybe yeah, but like I don't know, but maybe we don't have enough followers. A lot of and a lot of local showcase talent and not support enough people are going to what popular and what's exploring the option what they actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think for me, I think what we don't talk about often, there are two things. Is one, I think we say up and coming artists, up and coming artists. We want up and coming artists, where? How do we showcase them? You know.
100%, and I think even part of the part was to support up and coming artists. We can give our opening slots to up and coming DJs just to give everyone a chance on a platform. And yeah, I don't know, something that we can spoke about is support over competition. Like everyone is in competition, no games competing, we should all collaborating with each other.
Yes, I think this is why I love competitions. Yes, I love them, but I just feel like one or two people, that's not enough. That is not enough to showcase people. Like
Yeah.
if you really want to help, like do if I was gonna do a showcase or whatever, and I'll be like, okay, I would say two I'm giving away two back to open slots, right? One
Yeah.
would be one for women and then one for man, and then five, and then two, that's two, and then the extra two will be
Yeah.
the audience choose their favorite artist, and then
Yeah.
because and then we do it live.
No, that's a very cool one.
Yes, because I think for me it's like as much as I love competitions and DJ competitions, I feel like it's not enough to showcase people. It's not
Yeah.
it's not not the right way, but it's I know.
No, yeah, I don't think I wasn't speaking much about like DJ competition. I was about like different events being competition instead of support. I feel like that makes kind of
Yeah.
if you come to support an event, other events thing like no one's doing competition. The thing about cash is for a lot of industry, and I think why it's like completely important. The DJs helping
Yes, 100%.
DJs, helping the DJs crowds.
Yes, 100%. To answer that question, I think 100% there shouldn't be competition. There shouldn't be who's better,
Yeah.
I feel like we are a community for a reason, and we
Exactly. It's a community just together.
100%. So I think, and understanding that, and I think instead of making everything a competition, we should work together in order for us to grow and all that stuff.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's the whole thing. Collaboration is, I don't know. That's what's going to be the future. It's going to help everyone grow. That's how you make something that's been around for a long time and establish collaboration with other artists.
Yes.
Fresh as well.
Yes, honestly, it depends on how you do it and how you, because if you are trying to gain something from it, I'm like, yes, money is great, but
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's about the people and it's about helping people grow and helping
Yeah.
people
It's
understand.
gonna leave an impact and a
Yes,
feeling.
yes, 100%. So I think for me, it's like if I were to do collaboration, it needs to make sense for my brand, but also it
Yeah.
needs to make
Yeah.
sense.
Always that thing of standards. Like you can't be shut to everything.
Yes, it's not about the money for me. It's about impact, kindness, and how valuable can you be? How much of an asset can you be in this brand or
Yeah.
this
But how
in
much can I give back to the scene in the community? I love it so much. Can I
100%,
give?
100%. So that's the way I go about it. My other thing is what is my other question is what is one thing you would want people to get rid of or add or do less of in the scene?
Um, I think maybe take away people like I feel like people worry about fear of judgment because I feel like in that way you can get like such a uniqueness from everyone because in the way you test on whatever I don't know I feel like a lot of people do follow because they feel like that's what I feel like you need such a cool aspect of the whole
Yeah.
thing. So like whatever you learn and more passionate about in life, take that aspect and run with it. Don't worry about everything everyone says. I feel like just those emotions could make such a difference in the scene.
Yeah.
Regards to people, also, yeah, take away ego, I guess.
Yes.
Everyone was just understand that everyone's the same. We're all here trying to find love for the first time.
100%. I think like we said earlier, I think for me it's like, two things I would take away. Two things I would take away. If you like lineups need to be special. Lineups don't have the same people on the lineups, please,
Yo,
because then it
I can forget about that.
like it makes me it gives me the ick when I'm like it absolutely does give me the ick because I'm like, how am I supposed to support you if you bring the same five DJs or
Yeah, yeah,
DJs?
diversity.
Diversity, but also understanding what people want, but also balance. There has to
Yeah,
be.
balance is a very important thing.
Yeah. So also please people must be inside the groove, not like inside the groove, not just sitting down because why are you here? Then why are you here? And then I'm like,
Yeah,
then why are you here? Because I just feel like I understand you don't dance, but like
yeah.
still.
Of like the club, like generally you go out and there should be a rotation of like dancers and people catching their having a guy
Yeah.
that's in bar and then dance floor. So I feel like there's a healthy rotation the whole movie night.
Yes.
But yeah, I don't know. You can't go out to a music showcase and not expect music in the proper way.
Yes, 100%. And also, I think you must have great sound. And great sound for me, great sound, great artists that know how to DJ. I'm not saying they have to be perfect, but at least be
Yeah,
able.
and also someone that knows how like sound in general, I feel like super important as well. Because yeah, I don't know, you don't want to put and want to go the sound, get the quality it should be played at, and like how the art sounds to be good.
Hmm.
But also I agree with you. I feel like the headliner of any event should actually be the sound system.
Hmm. And I think also what's missing is that I think people need to do more back to backs with people that they actually like.
Yeah, yeah, you can't put two names together because it looks good on paper.
Yes, 100%. And yes, you need to do your homework. Like I don't want to hear the five favorite your the five. If you're doing a commercial mix, then it's fine. But if you're doing a mix that represents who you are, then you have to do digging. You have to dig in a sense of creating.
Yeah, I feel like that also comes with like knowing yourself. You would understand how
Yeah,
much you need to do as you
100%.
within yourself.
100%. And I think also, I think for me, it's like understanding who you are. making sure that you mentally correct, like, because this
Yeah, mental space is a massive part of it.
mental health is really important. I always talk about this, but we have to emphasize every week,
Never too
literally every
much
week.
important
But
these
anyway,
days.
yes, because people don't take it serious,
Yeah,
and
and it's actually a very better.
and burnout, like
Feel. Now, if you don't rest, your body will choose rest for you, and it's probably going to be the most time.
100%, 100%, and understanding that you are an art. You and please do not, if you're seasoned, right? If you're a seasoned artist and you're taking free gigs, that's great. But also, it's like there needs to be a balance. You can't do free gigs all the time because then
No, it's like every DJ we've worked with for Type has honestly done us a massive favor. I how much they are paying.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
then we had budget for like any foot budget, and everyone has actually been such a big help.
hmm
And I hope that they see it as we hope to have been as well as possible, and I hope that they will agree that we do
yeah, yes,
yeah.
100%.
Shout out to all the DJs because I guarantee, like no one's name is too big to help out. Everyone that like it was, and we've done what we can. But yeah,
Yes, 100%. I think 100%. The reason why I'm saying that is so that you don't just do free gigs all the time. Right?
yeah, no, that's true too. You can't.
You have to have
That's
have
where
to be balance, right? If you're a very new event, I'm like, yes, or you still growing, then it's great. I'm like, okay, you haven't, you're still getting your feet out up the door, then I'm like, sure, I'll do it
yeah,
for free for, because you've helped me, and
yeah, but at some point eventually, like
yes,
the
at some
event are going to be taking, and it's going to negatively affect you.
yes, 100%, and then it makes you have no money or more no reputation, if that
Yeah,
makes
literally, both them, they both equally
yes.
each other.
Yes, 100%. So what has been the hardest thing about running an event that people don't see?
Honestly, I think it's be the perseverance. Like, there's so many times when we're like, fuck, you don't actually feel like going on the weekend, and then we're hosting an event or whatever. That's like doing being there from the beginning to the end. Even like I've shifted work, my would really be at the event started and a bit later because I work later, and just the persistence of like both there
Mm-hmm.
as early as you can till the end. And yeah, I just consistency definitely is the most important, but the most difficult thing to probably do.
Yeah, like for me, it's like if I were to run an event, I would be like, okay, the one thing I would do is data research. I'll make sure that I've done my data research, but also in-house, so that I'm like, I understand what people need, and I understand, having a balance, you
Yeah,
like having someone in your team that does the research, and then you guys go like you guys have one person who does research, one person who does the flyers and everything else, and then one person who does the hunting for the DJs.
yeah,
So that you guys have balance.
your marketing side of it, and
Yeah, 100%.
yeah, it's important. I don't know, can't do it by yourself. Your whole team be able to work together.
Yes, 100%. My other question to you, I'll give you like 10 more questions and I'll let you go if that's okay.
No problem.
My other question to you is, in your perspective, what would you tell your younger self if you could tell him anything?
The amount of hours you put into your passion, believe it or not, never, like keep keep going at it because the rewards will always be worth it. Especially if you just do something for what you love, the rewards will always be
100%. And I feel like for me, the biggest thing I would tell my younger self is you, you've done a lot of things that no one else will do. So
yeah,
you you need to believe in yourself. You need to trust yourself. You need to, even
Yeah,
even if
just
you,
do it.
you need to trust yourself, and you need to believe in yourself that you've been growing in this world for something remarkably special that's bigger than you. So you need to trust yourself. You need to just not fake it, but you need to just, I hate the word fake it. You can't fake anything.
Yeah, like any emotion, but like that's the thing. Like you got to sometimes put it on, but that extra thick skin because that's how you're gonna make.
Yes, 100%. So you need to have that superpower in you. That's You need to switch your mindset to your superpower, because
Yeah,
you're stronger than you think you are. And yeah, and I think people underestimate people because they think, oh, you can't, you are not able to do it, but you can.
yeah,
You run multiple businesses. You're a DJ and everything else, and I'm like, wow. Because for me, I've never thought in a million years I would do something like this in my entire life. But anyway, we here, and
crazy.
wow, crazy. And I'm really proud of you both, because for me it's like, seeing people, I've like not grown up, but seeing people that I've like seen doing incredible things. It's really beautiful to see. And yeah, I think people just need to be more open and
Yeah,
more
yeah.
vibrant.
Open is a good word, actually.
Yes,
Describe it.
yes, 100%. So, um, what are 5 things you would tell up and coming artists nowadays? Because I just feel like it's important that people understand that this why DJing is important, and understanding yourself and all that stuff. So what's
So
your plan?
part I'd say firstly is know your shit, your equipment, your everything. Like just got to get somewhere and make something out of your plan and know your equipment because you can't come and play somewhere and what you do. Like yeah,
Yeah.
like more than like you actually put in the time to learn about DJ or whatever you're gonna be.
Yeah.
But yeah, got to support the place you want to play at. So you're gonna have to go to the park, even if you're tired and whatever. Showing face, showing support is probably one of the most important things you can do because that's how the scene grows.
Yes.
Uh, know your taste, what you like, what you don't like, and also you can't when you are playing set, there's expectation of you will get put to a certain genre. Make sure you play within that, but also be able to read a crowd and change
Mm-hmm.
up where you need to because the crowd is the whole reason the event is happening. We are doing this for the love of music, for the love of dancing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so for me, it would be, there are 5 things I would tell up and coming artists. Know your shit. Sorry, know your shit, because I don't want to, like, I don't want to be like teaching you whilst I booked you for a reason, right? I don't
Yeah,
want
yeah.
I
You
don't
can't
want
mess up, damage the equipment. It's not going to click.
exactly. So you pressing the wrong buttons, and then next thing I have to pay.
Yeah, yeah. Also, if your equipment gets damaged, because I've heard of stories like this before where people book someone and now someone damaged the equipment and it's the DJ that damaged it, and now, yeah, it's just the whole thing is like respect of equipment and know the equipment.
Yes, 100%. And understand, before you touch the equipment, you need to go to the crowd and everything. Be a raver first,
Yeah,
if that
yeah.
makes sense. And
Literally.
also understanding, do your research, right? But don't do your research to the point where you don't know, you're not willing to learn.
Yeah, yeah. I like can't be so rigid in what you know that this is the only way things are seen and done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
always
And
learn
then,
or
yes,
done nothing wrong.
100%, 100%. And the last one is like, be willing to learn from other people,
Yeah,
because
definitely massive
because
one. good things
Yes.
to learn from others, because even if you think you're better than someone in DJing or whatever, I'm telling you what you can still learn from watching that person. You can learn
Yes.
from anyone, especially if it's something you don't like. Probably something.
Yes, because I just feel like sorry. Um, I just feel like it's important to for those people, because people want to be booked and everything. Yeah, that's great, but like you need to be, you need to. I'm not saying you need to put your mixes all the time. No, that's
Yeah,
not what I'm saying.
there's some
But
level of consistency of getting your
yeah,
stuff out there some
yeah.
way.
Yes, I'm not saying you have to do a mix every month, or no, not I'm not saying every day, but at least have consistency in
Yeah,
posting
you
and
gotta
not
have
posting. Yeah,
track what you
track.
have, what you can do for people to see as well, and
Yes,
just you are consistent at what you do.
yes, so that people can see that, oh, this person's worth booking.
Yeah, facts.
Yes. In that regard, I think for me, my biggest issue with artists nowadays is that they're so focused on management and bookings and stuff, and I'm like, and I just feel like, why are you so focused on that when you don't have a a social media, you don't have as much as I'm not a fan of the social media. I have to, like, not have to be, but it's
But
it's
just
kind of
have
it's
so
kind of
get
it's kind of like
noticed.
mandatory in some
Yeah,
regard.
part of the job.
It's part of the job, basically. But I also feel like you can't create an Instagram account and then you can't be followed. You
Yeah,
know
yeah.
that
Yeah, yeah. How are you getting your work out there if you're private? It's
yes,
you
that's
can't showcase if no one can see your page.
yes, 100%. So that is one thing I would tell up and coming artists, and just stop trying to be everyone else. Like
Yeah, uniqueness is the most important thing in
yeah,
this at the moment. Like everyone thinks that following a pattern and what's cool is gonna work for them. But yeah, putting
yeah,
your
it's not.
love or your style or your way, that is the coolest thing you can do.
Yes, 100%. My other question to you, in your perspective, what can we do? What can we do to make the season better in your perspective, besides what we've spoke about?
Sure. Honestly, my number one is always going to be support, support, support. Going just going to events, going to local artists, things like that. But
Mm-hmm.
other than that, because you already said that, I'll have to say just be yourself, but be nice. I don't know, kindness goes a long way. There's not
Mm-hmm.
a bit of kindness in the world. Everyone,
Mm-hmm. Yes. I think for me it would be stop trying, like, make sure your friend people that you're surrounded by are the right people that are
that is
going to
so
help you,
important. So
that are going to actually help you elevate, not
yeah,
just not not just cool, you know?
yeah. Also, like you want people that are going to be around you, that are good and going to help you grow and for your vision for life, whatever it may
Yes,
be. Like just
100%.
right people is super important.
Yes. And then my third to last question is, my other is that, I 100%. So, growing up, what sounds do you like? What artists do you like that shaped your sound today?
Honestly, growing up, I had a lot of inspiration. So my dad was like listening to like AC/DC, like old school
Hmm.
stuff. My mom listened to a lot of like the Bee Gees vibes and stuff like that. Then my older brother, my brother was into like the rock and the metal side, and my sister was thick into the house.
Hmm.
Um, and then obviously I just felt like this. I got such diversity, I think, from both. So I listened to a range. I
Hmm.
think my electronic taste you can see where it is inspired by like the techno side. But I mean, like, yeah, I have like go that more electronic side, more serious stuff.
Hmm.
By especially by like metal, I guess. You know,
Hmm.
with my drum bass, you can hear that I like my metal side come from.
Hmm.
in my house, you can hear is definitely like a lot of old artists like Hosh and Madonna Twins, them from back in the day that I got from my sister.
Mm-hmm.
Now, yeah, I've just gone down this rabbit hole of electronic music and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, house is my umbrella genre in general.
Mm-hmm. I think for me, house music, like for me, I almost cried when I listened to this album. That really, literally, it was a 10 out of 10 because I'm like, for me, it was a 10 out of 10 because I've never heard that,
Yeah, and it
you
hit
know,
you,
like
touch your soul.
yes, 100%. So, I listen to a lot of music, right, on a like on a daily basis, like 90% of my day is music.
Yeah,
And
yeah, I get that.
yes, so and then I listened to this album, Nothing to Lose by Dawson, and I literally cried my
Yeah,
eyes out because I'm because it was very intentional. It was very, and I wish people would do. I wish more artists would do music with intention,
yeah.
not
But
trends.
also like Dawson, his production quality is stupidly good. Like, yeah,
Like
it's
I,
insane.
I yeah,
Uh, yeah,
it,
it hits all the right notes, but it's
yes, it is.
yeah,
Yes,
heartstrings.
yeah, yes. He's a master. Like for me, it's like for me, black coffee, of course. It's black coffee.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
as well.
but I think second to that is Dawson because I just feel like no one can do that. Like for me, it's like no one can tell you, no one can write a love story, love letter to
Yeah,
someone with words the as better as Dawson. Like for me, it's like perspective.
I get what you're saying. I guess you're
Yes,
saying
you
uh,
know, yes,
same angle hard over Abby Neurock and Thorixon. I feel like
yes,
I've
like
and like love for local talents as well.
oh,
They props for
yes,
that.
yes, because Abby, like you talking about Abby Neurock, I was like, yeah, I love her down. She's literally my favorite person in the whole universe. Like
Yeah,
literally.
I honestly like there's someone who's just such a nice human being. When my girlfriend and I met, I was like, you need to just see. We're going to apartments because also apartments being one of the favorite jewels for life.
Yes.
And then my girlfriend was also like, your apartment waiting. I was like, you need to watch Abby play vinyl, like fucking.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
then
I,
now like, they became like big mates and I was like, oh, sick. And then I just don't think Abby Norris is like such a kind human being. I was like, just
yeah.
such a person.
Yes, 100%. And then you've got some places like the apartment, and then you've got places like Toy Toy, and then and then you've got people like Fabio, Dogstar, all
Yeah,
these, you know, all
yeah,
those people that I've always grown up listening to, and I think for me, it's like, you need to support other people. You need to instead of loving the internationals so much,
yeah.
to
Like
have a balance.
established crazy in South Africa. A lot of like even the loft is doing crazy things here in
Hmm.
South Africa, and these are all local people adding so much to the scene. And yeah, I don't know, just because some another country like I'm not hating any internationals. I think everyone actually is amazing. But when I tell you the local talent we have, I probably say I prefer the local talent to the international talents.
Yes.
Yeah.
The only the only person the only person I would pay money to see is Jeff Mills. That's the only person I would pay money to see. Like, but that's the only person I would pay money to see. That's the only person, because other than that, I would not because his technical skill is out of
Uh,
this world.
like yeah. Also, if you've known an artist and you like them for a while, yeah. I mean, that's the thing is yeah. If you like someone, you want to support them. You can't. If you know what they're doing, it's crazy. It really is cool to see.
100%. Um, my second to last question to you, is there anything you would like to know about me, or anything that you've wanted to ask that you haven't asked? Is there anything you feel that you think you need to know about the show and what, you know?
I just want to know what inspired you to start the show. What inspired your look into the event scene and industry?
Okay, so for me, so there are two things. Okay, so DJing is my like my heart and soul, like, you know, and I love it down. But I've realized that in order for me to get in the door, I have to do something out of the ordinary. Yeah.
Yeah,
And do something that is more than just interviews. It's impact. It's it's
yeah,
culture. It's everything else, you know.
yeah,
And I saw that there was a gap, you know, because I saw people doing interviews, yes, but they're not deep, you know. They're not deep. They're
yeah.
not getting.
Interviews are interviews, but interviews that come with intent, with an understanding and with diversity. And
Yes,
yes, right.
yes, 100%. And yeah, I just thought, you know, because I just feel like this thing is bigger than me, and you know, understanding that I have a responsibility to do something that's gonna shake the culture forward and make people be like, wow, she did something bigger than herself, you know.
Yeah. And with the crazy thing, I don't know if it's bigger than yourself, because if you've done it, you must be as big as it at least.
100%. I think for me it's like I think it's for me it's like understanding that, you know, I've DJing is like still my favorite thing to do. Like I
Yeah,
love it down. Like I love um people like playing to people, playing, you know, but understanding where the music comes from, people understanding where some of my idols like Fabio and Haley and Abby.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yes.
so
Family.
yes. So it's been a beautiful ride, and it's like understanding that, you know, understanding the people who make the parties, who understand, you know.
Yeah, and they, I don't know, they've done this, they've started, they've created something crazy from obviously the experience they've had throughout their lives, and now they've created something and it's still going. And I don't know, yeah, can't tell me that the club is popular, like people love it. It's I don't know, it's just such a cool thing.
Yeah, 100%. My second to last question is, in your perspective, how can like what do you see, how has residencies changed in 2020, from 2020 to 2026, and how do you think is residencies or being a big artist in 2020 in this day and age, is it still relevant or still important?
I think uh I think residencies back in 2020, like there's a lot more residencies because there's a lot more events that are still going on. But I feel as though residencies are important to be kept for the root of what they are. Like it's for
Yes.
residents, not for the people that were DJing. It's for the people that are building on the club besides behind the deck, are the ones at the decks where they're the ones helping out, like they're doing the promo even though they are playing there.
Mm-hmm.
Like yeah, that is yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I think for me it's like I love resident DJs. I love people that continuously play there. But also I just feel like you need to, if you're doing a resident, if you're being a resident, you have to make sure it's special every time.
Yeah, but I think like I can't fault Toy Toy at all. I can't fault the Loft Residents. They people know what they're doing when they curate their tracks. Like we've got a lot of good other events out there,
Yes.
and residencies are earned. And I feel like the events that are out there with the residencies, they're always worth.
Yes.
Like they curate this well and they do what they do well.
Yes, because I think what Mobtech has built is really special, and I, you know, like
Yeah,
speaking.
you see, because atmosphere, all they are doing is they created a space to add to the scene. And even the nights of quiet days, they're supporting themselves. Like we've been there busy nights, we've been there on quiet nights, but when I tell you to see people, friends doing the same thing and driving such an impactful thing in the scene, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like to do something so regularly that is actually holding like a standard of quality.
Yes.
All supporting things like that.
Yes, 100%. And I think for me, an artist, and I think for me, residents and headliners, and I think for me, I think what's my biggest issue with the scene right now is not that everyone's not, getting gigs and stuff. It's that promoters are so focused on internationals. Am I the only one?
Yeah. Internationals can't be the only reason people come out. Like we've got South Africans, we know best. I don't know. We've got good sense of humor compared to the rest of the world. Why would we not have a good sense of taste in music either?
Yes, 100%. And I think there needs to be a balance in between. I think there needs to be a balance. So 1 month you do one international, then the next month, because I
There'll
can't.
be diversity regardless, and
Yes.
everyone's gonna have a chance, because also there's internationals a lot of times that are playing here. This is their first international gig. Like, even though they're an international to us, they might not be an international artist to themselves yet, but that's the whole thing. We're supporting them in their journey too. And it's also such a cool thing to be able to support someone that comes from, say, fucking Spain or something. Is also such a privilege.
Yes, 100%. And I think also just understanding that it's important to understand who you're booking, and understanding where they land, if that makes sense. So that you don't just book them, you don't just have conversations. You make sure that they are fitting your vibration, not just bringing you tickets. Like, if that makes sense.
But it's still authenticity for the scene. Like, it's got to be about what your idea. It's got to fit in your aspects.
Yes, 100%. My second to last question is, how do you maintain your mental health in this crazy life we have?
You're honestly, circadian, such an important thing. I feel like getting enough sleep regardless, and understand this being in the scene sometimes can take a bit of the sleep from us, because we have to be there to support late and whatever. But being able to get regular sleeping pattern going during whenever you can is super important to keep that, and just taking care of yourself and be able to have someone to communicate to. Like, I've got my girlfriend, which I can lay out how I'm feeling and shit like that, so that my mental health is able, vice versa for her. So it's just important to be able to have someone to communicate and to look after yourself. You can have people looking after you. Are best for you are the ones that are going to tell you the most shit.
100%. And I think having a balance, you can't say no to things. Like, you have to
At some point,
yeah. You have to say no to things, especially if it doesn't align with your vision. Like, you can't just say yes, and then all of a sudden you're playing stuff that is, not representing who you are,
your image.
Yes, 100%. So it makes